Yo, 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 good evening to all the listeners here. We got this great special podcast on a Monday evening. Don't normally do podcasts on Mondays, but this is a special one. We have Fu Krazy in the building, and we are going to take it to the top with, getting to know who he is as an artist, getting to know your personal side, how you got started and everything. Go ahead, Fu Crazy. Shout out to all the listeners out there.
Hi. Well, I don't know. Depending on where everyone is listening from. Good evening. Good morning. I'm Fu Krazy, Chicago-based artist and model. Yeah. So, Fu Krazy, based in Chicago. I'm Ghanaian. You know. So I make hip hop, rap, Afrobeat, R&B, and dancehall. So I'm kind of everywhere.
Man, that is like excellent. Like you have like several different genres of music that you do all in one.
Yeah. So what I do is I use my cultural background and just so I moved out here like during my teens. So basically, what like I've learned here and what I learned back in Ghana and my experiences. That's what I put in my music. So that's
Okay.
that's how it's enabled me to like make Afrobeat music and hip hop. You know.
Okay, and then let me ask you this. So let's just take it back a super notch. How old were you when you first started doing music?
Yeah. So the thing is, I've always been passionate about music. Like I would say when I was 10, I used to like be fascinated with like drums. So
Okay.
so I would like be watching people playing the drums, and then I started playing like not the actual drums, but like I'll use like anything that has a surface
Right.
to just like make sounds. So like I'll mimic what I see people do. So I'll be making beats, and then when I grew up, my dad was like the choir master like at church. So
Okay.
anytime we go to church, and then like after like they done practicing, what I'll do is I'll go sit behind the drums and just like start playing with it. Just so like I've always loved music, but
Right.
I always say this, that I don't know why I never took music seriously till like recently, because like it's always been around me. Literally my three sisters and my mother plus my dad, who was the choir master, have all been in the choir,
Right.
but I have never been.
Really?
Yeah. Which is interesting. So I always think about it. I'm like, well, maybe I was the only one that was destined to make professional music.
Right. Yeah, because you've had it all around you and you
Yeah.
didn't take it seriously at first, but then you end up taking it seriously recently and you just took off from there.
Yeah. So what I did was I translated into poetry, and then I started like just writing, like just rhyming words. Like I love rhyming words. So like I just be writing like a bunch of stuff, and it'll rhyme, but like it wouldn't necessarily make sense.
Right.
So then
So you started with poetry and then you started to write your own music?
yes, yes,
Wow.
yes. So that's what I was doing, because I love to read. Like I'll read like novels, and so it would help me with like words. So like I just be like writing a bunch of random words, just rhyming, and then I got to a point. I was like, okay, I can write. So
Right.
like why not rap? Like why not write music?
Yeah.
So I started writing like music, and then that's how it started. And the funny thing is, I always think about it. Like my friends, they used to go to the studio, and I would always laugh at them. I'm like, this shit is ass. Like, nah, for real. And then they'll be like, okay, well, show us that you can do better. And then
Right.
I'll just laugh. And then so I never actually went to the studio with them. Like I always think about it. I'm like,
Wow.
maybe it was just God just telling me that I'm not ready.
Well, you go to the studio now, right?
Yeah, I definitely now. Like those days, like every time they'll say they're going to the studio, I'll just laugh and just like I'm like, okay, whatever.
Right.
I never actually followed it, but I was writing.
Okay, you were in
Yeah.
your writing stage, so you weren't at the stage where you wanting to go to the studio. You just were in your writing
No,
stage.
no. So one fact about me was I was an athlete. So like I used to
Mm.
play soccer and ran track. So
Okay.
at that point in time, music was, I'll say it was very vital in my life, but like it wasn't my, I would say it wasn't my number one like thing, you
Oh,
know?
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was like, because I used to play soccer and I was like track, so like I was more like locked in with that. Like
Right. That takes a
yeah,
lot of focus.
yeah. So I would write, but then I would never go to the studio to record till 2021 when I was like, wait, why am I writing all this stuff if I'm not going to record it?
Right. And you
And I'm
end
like,
up
yeah,
doing it.
because like I look at my stuff and not to like brag or anything. I'm like, man, I can really put stuff together. Like, so
Yeah.
like, why am I just writing and not recording? So then I go to the studio, I record my friend. And my first ever song, it was called Beginning. I had a different name back then.
Okay.
And I listened to it, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm actually dope.
Yeah. I listened to some of your music and I'm like, wait, I had to stop like wait. I like had to stop like wait a minute, wait. Like wow, like I like no ain't like no. I like no. This is some good music. Like you've been here and I have not heard your music. Like I'm so shocked. Like I'm so glad that we ran into each other and collabed just basically on Instagram.
Yeah.
And this is what I do. I seek and to inspire, and I seek to find those underground Chicago artists. And man, you are one of them because your music is dope.
Thank you so much. Like I appreciate like because well in Chicago, most of the artists they all make a certain type of music.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying they're not like artists that make Afrobeat or like R&B but like most of them like this like gangster rap, like like
Yeah.
they try to sound the same. And
Yes, it
I mean
does.
I listen to like Lil Durk and all these rappers, but like it gets tiring when I keep hearing the same thing, like all like
Yeah.
like so it's like most of them I feel like they're not open-minded enough to want to listen to like other like genres like
Yeah.
of you know so like I appreciate it like when someone that is not primarily from that culture like
Right.
background like listens to Afrobeat. I mean now Afrobeat is like mainstream, so like it makes it like it that makes sense, but at the same time people are not open-minded enough to like they basically when people don't understand something they
Yeah.
they shit on it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Instead of trying to figure it out.
yeah. I feel that's human. That's human nature. Like, yeah. But me personally, I'm open minded. So like, I listen to like every single type of music, and that's why I can write every single type of like. I can write like every single type of song. Like, I have a dancehall song, which is I'm not even Jamaican, but
Yeah.
I have a dancehall song, and I can write like Nigerian like slang. I'm not even Nigerian, but like if you listen to me, some people think it's funny because some people think I'm Nigerian. Some people also think I'm Jamaican.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. But see, that's what happens when you don't redo your research and invest. Like right now, we're doing a podcast.
yeah,
So if you don't try to inquire, then you'll never know. You just assuming that's crazy that and you're neither one of those.
right. I'm like, no, I'm Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's not, yeah, it's not the
but
same.
I love that because you can't figure me out, and I don't want to
Mhm.
be an artist where like you can easily figure out.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I want to be. Oh, okay. This is not a one-dimensional artist. Like this is
Right.
like a once in a lifetime artist, like who can do basically anything or everything.
Right.
You know, like I don't have to be perfect, but like
Mhm.
I'm also not uh, um scared of taking risks or
Right.
trying new things. You know, so
I mean, you definitely did. You took a risk and you took it step by step, like drums, and then you did
yeah,
poetry, and then writing. Now you've been doing music and you've been doing
yeah.
great.
The only thing is, I wish that I had taken um because I when I was a kid, my mom, she wanted me to learn how to play the keyboard, you know,
Mhm. Yeah.
and I never took it seriously, and then that's my one regret because I love the keyboard. Like I love hearing like producers like play the keyboard, like trying to start beats from the scratch, like, and
Yeah.
that's the one regret that I wish I'd taken that seriously because if I want to learn now, it would take
Hmm.
it would take a lot of my time, you know.
Yeah, it
I'm not
would. Yeah,
yeah,
it
I'm
would.
not saying
I
it's
used to play the piano myself, and I used to be real, real good.
oh
And
okay
like you said, learning now, like it would take up too much of my
yeah
time. It takes
it's
focus.
yeah,
Took
it's
too
not
much focus.
impossible, but like at the same time when you have work and you know have to write songs, you have to
Right.
plan like video shoots and all this, like what time would you have to like learn?
Really learn the piano, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Like you said, it is possible. But you really like. I mean, it's possible. It's manageable. I would say it's not impossible, but it's
yeah, not
manageable to do.
nothing is impossible, honestly. Like I, especially when you put like God first, like nothing is impossible.
Right. Absolutely. I do want to ask you this though. So because we don't do a lot of, well, I have not encountered a lot of Chicago artists that do Afro beats. You are the second one. The first person that I've interacted with that did Afro beats that was here in Chicago was Tukiman. Shout out to my man
Oh, okay,
Tukiman.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
does Afro beats. You know who he is.
yeah. I do.
Yes, you guys are like, you guys are the only two ones, and I'm starting. I love it. Like like you said, we, in Chicago, we have the same music all the time. Don't get me wrong. I was born and raised here, but having that fresh air of having Afro beats, although we're not
Yeah,
from that culture, we
yeah.
have Afro beats coming in. It's great. I mean, I have Nigerian people in my family and whatnot.
Oh,
And
okay.
people, I have family in Africa as well that I have not even even met.
Mhm.
They're an extended family, but even though I'm not from, your culture or Tukiman's culture, it's like I still appreciate it, because it all I do is it makes you happy. Like when I listen to your music, I was like, oh yeah, I know this music is gonna make me feel like it's gonna make me
Yeah,
feel happy. Like in
that's what
like
Afrobeat would do to you.
yeah, it does. It comes out of nowhere. It's like it's like you don't plan it. It just once you play it, it's just like you may be down or something like that, and then the Afro beats just coming. It's just like
Yeah,
it makes you want to get up and dance. Like what?
yeah.
Like it controls
That's
you.
it. You know, like it's like feel good music, right?
Absolutely, it absolutely is. I mean, let me ask you this: who is your biggest inspiration in music?
Well, I feel like this question is so huge. Like
Yeah,
the reason why I say it's so huge is I have like so many different inspirations. I cut across like every single genre.
yeah. Name them.
So
Go ahead, name them.
okay. So you wouldn't believe this, but like with rap, my
Hmm.
number one inspiration is Eminem.
Really, I super love Eminem. Man,
Yeah, like
that's not surprising. Everybody loves Eminem. The old
not
Eminem.
the reason
Yes.
I sometimes like you know because black people, they'll be like he's white, blah, 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 all that stuff. Like, I don't
Yeah,
care.
no, yeah, I don't care
Like,
about that either.
he can rap. Like,
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't
but
care about the color.
yeah. So when it comes to rap, it's him, J. Cole, and Kendrick. Those three,
Really? I
yeah, those
like
three are
Kendrick.
my
I like
biggest.
Kendrick and J. Cole.
Yeah, those three are my biggest inspirations, and that's why. So I used to be my name used to be Kung Fu Funny, right? And
Okay.
I don't know if you know, but Kendrick's his one of his nicknames is Kung Fu Kenny.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it's like I took that Kung Fu from his like, and I was like, how can I like, what can I put, attached to Kung Fu to make it
Right.
catchy, but then not copy Kendrick. So I'm like, people say I'm funny. So like, I'm like, why don't I call myself Kung Fu Funny? But then it got to a point where I was like, that sounds more like a comedian's name.
Yeah. It did. It did.
And I'm an artist, so I want people to take me seriously. I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm going to take the Fu from the Kung Fu Funny, scrap the funny, and then add crazy to it. But then the crazy is with a K, not a C, so people know that I'm not actually crazy.
Right. That's so funny, but that's a bit of history because you got it. You're so inspired, so much so by Kendrick Lamar. You incorporated some piece of his one of his names.
Yeah,
Your artist name. That's dope.
Like every time I tell like people this background or a background story, like they're like, whoa, that's really interesting. Like, because
It is.
you wouldn't think about it.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. When people make up their stage name or artist name, you really don't. You hear a backstory, but it's like it's cliche. It's a cliche
Yeah,
backstory. Is what
yeah,
So, man, that's super dope. Let me
yeah,
see.
yeah,
So with that being said, those are your top three inspirations.
yeah. So
What?
so so that's so that's mainly for like hip hop, like rap, right?
Right.
But
So, what are your
Afrobeat,
next ones?
so Afrobeat, I would say Burna Boy,
Yes.
Davido. I don't know if
Yes.
you've heard of. I don't know if you've heard of Shatawale. It's Ghanaian.
No, I've heard of DeVito and
Yeah, Burna
yeah,
Boy.
I've heard of Burna Boy. I heard of him,
Yeah,
but not the. Maybe
yeah.
if I
You know
heard
what?
the music, I probably have.
Yeah, he Beyonce had him on a song, the already that song.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I like him. He's super dope.
Yeah, and I would say Sarkodie, yeah, like he's like the number one rapper in Africa.
Really.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to send me that information for these artists because I know Burna Boy's music and DeVito, but you have to send me those last couple of artists' names so I can
yeah,
listen to their music.
yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot one artist. Sorry, Black Shirt. He's more like I think he's been in the industry for like just 5 years. Like he's rising so fast. Like he's one of the fastest rising artists in the world right now.
And you said he grew to the top and within how many years?
Yeah, he's only been out for like, I think he came out in 2021. So yeah, I think I'll say, wait, it means like it's like 3-4 years. Yeah, 3-4 years. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and he's out. And where is he based from?
Ghana.
Really?
Yeah. And his sound and the lyrics that he puts in this song, like he's like ahead of his like time,
He's a young artist.
He's like 21.
Okay, yeah, he's super young. Oh yeah, he's gonna rise to the top super fast with his young age.
And I love his sound so much. Like, let me tell you a secret. Like, I had a dream, right? And in the dream, I met him.
Okay.
And the funny part of the dream was we met at church. So,
oh wow.
So after church service, he was like, "Yo, I hear you make music." I'm like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Oh, okay, let me listen to some of your music." So like right there on the spot, in the dream. So then I play the music. He's listening to it. I'm like, "Oh shit, this is dope." Then, you know what? let's make music together. And then I woke up from the dream.
Wow. You know what? That dream may just come true. You never know.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, this dream, like it has to have some type of
It
meaning.
felt so real, didn't it?
Yeah, it has to
Yeah.
have like some type of meaning. Like
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
I'm not. I think I've only told a couple people about this dream, and they're like, yeah, it's probably you. I don't know. It's probably just a sign or something.
It is. It is a sign. I think dreams like that, and I'm super sure that when you woke up from the dream, you were super excited. Like it felt so
Hell,
real.
hell yeah,
Like man, I just met him, and then you woke up like, man, that was too real. I felt like I was there
hell
physically.
yeah. Like I'm like, damn, like is this a sign to go like hit him up or something?
Right. I mean, it doesn't hurt but to try. You know what I'm saying? Even though you may feel like you might not get a response, it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt but to send it like, hey, I know you don't know who I am. I'm not crazy. This is my name, my artist name. I'm not really crazy, but listen to my music. Whenever you get it, and just troll that person, just troll that person. No, no, but for real, no, that is a good sign. What are your other favorite top, like your top artists on the other
Yeah.
genres?
So R&B, Rihanna,
Yes.
um what's SZA? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love them. I love Chris Brown. Like
Yes.
he's
And he was just here. Did you go to his concert?
no, I didn't.
Oh
I
man.
heard about it, but like I think I had to work or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he does that. He does when people has to
Yeah,
work.
like the, it's crazy the fact that he can make like an Afrobeat song and it will sound
Yeah.
like he's from the like there like he doesn't sound like foreign, you know?
Yes, they were just. I seen a TikTok yesterday. They were talking to. Oh, someone that I follow on TikTok. He was saying, "Ooh, I just hate that I forget his name, but I follow him on TikTok." He was just saying, "Hey, give Chris Brown his flowers. He should be nominated. Like this man got a whole Afrobeat song, and he's not even from there.
Right. And
Right? Saying it's perfect.
a lot of artists try to jump on like the Afrobeat like trend right now, and it doesn't sound natural. Like it
Yeah.
it sounds like a culture vulture, like excuse me to say, like you know.
Yeah.
But when Chris Brown does it, it's natural. Like it's like he's
I mean, when it came out, I was like, when it first, that song first came out, Sensational. When
yeah
it first came out, I was like, who is this? And then when I heard it, I was like, I hear a mixture of Afro beats and Michael Jackson. This gotta be Chris Brown.
yeah
And when it came, I was like, oh my God, what? This
yeah
dude is incredible. Like, please stop
yeah.
hating on this man.
I
Like, you can
I
just
feel
not,
I feel
man.
like I feel like he actually makes Afrobeat music because he loves Afrobeat music, not just
Yeah.
Sean. You know?
He loves it because he's done more than one song that way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He has a couple. I think he has a couple songs with Davido,
Hmm.
Wizkid.
Yep,
No,
he does. He definitely does. Man, you picked some good top ones. What about the other genres that you
uh,
listen
so dancehall. Vibes Cartel.
to? No.
He just got out of prison. Um, but his
What kind of
music,
music does he make?
dancehall.
Dancehall?
Yeah,
No, I have not heard of that. You gotta send me that one too. I gotta
he's
look at these
like he's like
artists.
the the godfather of dancehall. Like
And he
almost.
just got out of jail. What did he do?
So I don't know if the story is like I don't, but he was in jail for like I think since 2014 or something. For
Wow.
they saying that he had a falling out like with a promoter, and then he killed.
Mm. He killed him.
That's what it's saying. I like when the story first came out, I wasn't really listening to dancehall then. But then when I grew up and I did like a little research, and they saying that they never found a body. It's still
Wow.
yeah, but they're saying that I think he had an argument with the person that night.
Mm.
So
That's crazy.
based on the evidence they had, they put him in jail. But like they released him this year.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay, man,
so
that's crazy.
yeah. So with that, I don't know if it's true or not. Honestly, me, I just listen to the music. I don't actually follow the person.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
So
don't
I
know
know you were were you kind of shocked when you heard that?
that he killed someone.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, this was like when I was young and I wasn't really a dancehall. So like I didn't know if it was true or not. But when
Right.
I grew up, I did some research, and what I saw was during those days he was really like gangster, like like that kind of. So I wouldn't be honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Right. Oh my gosh. And where's he from?
Jamaica.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to go into details about the death, but they say that like the according to like the court, like everything, they saying that he put him in a, those machines where you used to like mash like
Meat?
those, yeah, meat.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got the idea.
So
What?
that's what they say. Because they couldn't find a body, so like
Right.
they said he probably put the body in there or something. But
Oh
yeah,
wow.
but I supposed to say, like I was saying, like the his sound, like it's birthed so many dancehall artists,
Wow.
like Shatawale. He it sounds like Vibes Cartel, like so many artists. I don't know if you know Popcorn.
I think I might have heard of that artist's name. I'm not too familiar.
Yeah, Popcorn. Skilly Bang. He recently had a song with Nicki Minaj, and he had this one of the most trending songs in the world. Like I'm sure you heard it. Like, but
What's the name of it?
the song,
Yes.
what's it called? Wap 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 wap.
I think I've heard it
Yeah,
before.
it was going viral everywhere. Like they had a challenge for it. But yeah, so basically all those artists learned from him. Like they
Wow.
yeah, they took inspiration from him. So like
He
when it comes to
inspired.
dancehall, yeah. So when it comes to dancehall, like you can't go without his sound. Like put the person aside and
Right.
music, you can't not give him his
Yeah,
credit.
you can't take exactly. You can't take that away from them. You're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
yeah. So with dancehall, it's him and Alkaline. I don't know if you've heard of Alkaline, but
No.
he's really good. Like he's so talented. So I try to listen to them and get some vibes from like the way that, because I can't, even if I like in my dancehall song I have patois in there, but like I can't sound exactly like a Jamaican because I'm not Jamaican.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So like I try to learn from them. So I try to learn from all these artists from like who from these different genres.
Right.
And I put all of them together to make my
So you mash it together. Okay.
yeah.
That's a good concept.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that can be complicated sometimes?
Definitely, because sometimes I listen to like a beat and then I don't know what type of style I should go with, because I have all these different styles that I've learned from all these different artists. So it's like, should I try to sound like maybe Eminem, like try to flow like Eminem on this one, or should I try to flow like Kendrick on this one? Like,
Yeah, it does get that complicated. You don't.
yeah, but it is a good
Yeah.
thing, because it is a good thing because as a writer, you need to be open minded. So when you get
absolutely.
when you get stuck, you have different inspirations to fall back on.
You definitely do. It's too many out here not to come up with your own take.
Yeah, because some people I know there are artists like in Chicago right now that just want to sound like Lil Durk.
Yeah, there are.
So what happens if Lil Durk changes his sound or changes his type of music, and so you're not your own person. Like I always say there's a difference between taking inspiration and trying to like mimic someone.
Right, absolutely. I had that conversation the other day. Like, are you taking inspiration and creating your own music, or are you just copying?
Yeah, you're trying to be a clone.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's not real music, and I think some people misunderstand it.
Yeah, yeah. Some people don't know what taking inspiration is. They feel like it is like it's taking a person's flow, trying to sound exactly like the artist. That is not
Yeah.
taking inspiration. Yeah,
Right.
that there are probably songs. There are probably songs that you probably sound like them because you're taking inspiration from them, but like it shouldn't be.
Exactly the same.
It shouldn't be exactly the same, and every song shouldn't sound like the artist.
Right, absolutely. Man, so let me ask you this. This question's been on my mind. Since you've been in music, like what is your like best achievement that you've had?
Huh, this is like I've had so many. Like, let me tell you, I started music seriously, like professionally in 2021. We in 2024, so it's like what, 3 years, about
Years.
4 years. And
Yes.
if I tell you the stuff that I've been able to accomplish, like you'd be like, wow, in that short time, I've like
What have you accomplished? Tell us.
yeah, okay, let me get to it. So this year is this year especially, I performed at, let me see, Ghana Fest, Bantu Fest, Afro Smash. So
Man.
I performed at like 3 festivals this year.
Man. And those are pretty big because I know about the Bantu Fest.
Yeah, Bantu Fest and Ghana Fest is huge. Ghana
That
Fest is literally the the main event, like the festival for all Ghanaians in Chicago. So
yes.
some Ghanaians even flying from other states.
Yes, they do.
Some even flying from Ghana.
Yes, they do. And they come. They come. It'd be packed. It'd be sold out sometimes.
So you have every, okay, maybe not every single person because not everyone's gonna make it, but like you have most Ghanaians in the city at this festival.
Mm. Man,
And when I tell you that I was nervous before I got to this stage, like it's nervous is an understatement because my parents were in the crowd and it was my first time performing
wow.
in front of my parents.
Well, what was their reaction?
With my parents,
Yeah, with your music, hearing your music for the first time.
I mean, they've heard it right on the phone, like obviously like through like streaming platforms, but like they've never heard it live.
Really?
So it was like a different experience for both my parents and I, because I was nervous because ever since I took music seriously,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my parents have been like receptive. Like obviously they're gonna be like, take studies or school seriously, blah blah blah, all that stuff. But like
Right.
they've been receptive, but I've never actually performed in front of them before. So I was like nervous, like I was like, damn, if I flop, like this is gonna be like their first memory of me. Like
I'm sure you did well.
oh yeah, like by God's grace, the performance, even though they try to mess with us, I mean the organizers, they cut my my time short because they were wasting time, so I couldn't perform all the songs that I wanted to. But like
Yeah.
it still was successful. Like I had kids. It was like I felt like it made me feel like a superstar. Basically, like I had kids walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, after I got off stage, I had kids walking up to me, trying to hug me, and they're like, "I love your song." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
That's super dope, man. You got kids. See that? I'm smiling now. Like that. That's inspirational. Like
Yeah, like they were walking up to. I was so surprised. It was not one kid, not two kids, not three kids, multiple kids. Like they were walking up. They were all saying, "I like your song. I like your song." I'm like, "What?" Like I was so like stunned. Like I'm like, "Really?"
you were shocked and surprised. See,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
people were
saying.
trying to take pictures with me.
Man, that was super dope. Did you get the same reaction at the other fest?
Bantu Fest. So okay, so Bantu Fest. I went there to support one of my friends who's also like a Ghanaian artist, Afrobeat
Mm-hmm.
from Chicago, Queen Dree. Um,
Okay.
she was the headliner for Bantu Fest, so I went out there to support her, and we performed our song together. So I brought her out on Ghana Fest.
Mm-hmm.
She brought me out for Bantu Fest.
That's a super dope collaboration. Like
Yeah,
that.
like
I love that.
yeah, I, my friends and I, like, one thing I love about, like, there's no competition.
Yeah.
There's no competition, and she was the one that actually brought me out on the stage for the first time in 2021.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
So like,
super dope. Shout out to your friend, man.
yeah. So like, I'll always like be grateful for that. Like, like, and I love that there's no competition. So we don't see each other as a competition. We just doing our thing. Trying to
Mm-hmm.
collaborate, trying to promote each other.
Yeah, man, that's super dope. Shout out to your friend for that because you don't see that a lot here. And that's what I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change the narrative of Chicago artists or any artist, period. Trying to collaborate and network. We can make money and make music together and not having to step on each other's toes. And that's
Yeah,
what I'm trying to get people
and
to
that's
understand.
that's the goal. Like, the goal is not to be like one up your friend, or like it's like we all can shine together. So like, why are you trying to, you know?
Absolutely. Let me see. So, with all of that being said, do you think at some point that it becomes super overwhelming for you at sometimes?
I'd say because I'm an independent artist, it is
Mm-hmm.
overwhelming because um I have work, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm also into like IT. Like right now, I'm not actively taking any like classes or courses, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm an IT guy, like, and God willing, next year I'm gonna be doing my cybersecurity, like, stuff.
Okay.
So it's like throughout my life, I've always had stuff going on, and I
Yeah.
don't know if I mentioned it, but I used to be a model.
No, I don't think you mentioned. Wait, did you? I think you did. You used to be a model. You. So who did you model with or
So
for? Like, tell us about that.
this modeling agency, MTM Chicago.
I think I've heard of them. Yes.
Yeah, I was with them for a while, but it was so demanding. Like, people think modeling is just like dressing up and walking on the runway. You have to actually learn. We got books.
Wow.
Yeah, we in class learning. Nah, for real. We in class learning. Like, you have to like learn your what do you call it? What's the your what's it called? Your script. Yeah, your script. Like, because we be doing like commercials and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you have to like learn your scripts. Got to do monologues and all that stuff. And at that time, I also was in school, learning computer science. So
Mm-hmm.
like, I had too much like going on, and then music. I added music to it. I'm like, nah, I gotta drop something. So I dropped. Yeah, unfortunately, I dropped Marlon.
Okay. Okay. Do you think you'll ever go back to modeling?
I'll always be a model. I love fashion. Like, still people still ask me to do shoots for them. So I'll always be a model.
Okay.
But
Right. That'll never go away.
yeah, that would never go away. But as a model signed to an agency, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, because
Because
that'll take away too much time from
yeah,
your
that
other
that
three.
that would take too much time, and they will control you basically. Yeah,
Yes.
for real. It's better to be a freelance model where you're doing your own thing, building your like portfolio or whatever. Like, but
Right.
I'm not. Obviously, there are pros and cons to everything, but like, when you sign to a modeling agency, obviously your schedule has to fit into theirs. You know?
They don't. It's not the other way around.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah. So I would say recently they hit me up. They were like, "Hey, uh, and this was like I stopped way back in like 2019 or something."
Mm-hmm.
And then they recently hit me up like, oh, we need people to do like blah blah blah. And I'm like, why are you hitting me up? I haven't been with y'all for like years.
Oh, did you respond?
I didn't respond because I wasn't interested in doing that. Like, I'm not
Okay.
about to go do no rehearsals and stuff.
Yeah, you said I don't have time for
Yeah, I
that.
don't have time. Like, why are you hitting me up? Like, I'm
It's
like,
been several years.
yeah. But yeah, so I'll say being an independent artist, like with all these like going on in my life, like school, work,
Yeah.
all that, it becomes overwhelming because one, you're the songwriter. Two,
Hmm.
you're the main artist, of course. Like you gotta sing, a rap. Three,
Right.
I'm also my manager because I don't have a manager, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Four, I gotta promote myself. So like I'm
Right.
also the marketing quote unquote agency for myself.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I'm doing everything.
Man, and it does become super overwhelming.
Yeah, because you don't have the time to only focus on just writing music or just recording because you got to think about all these other stuff. And the hardest of all of them is creating content for me. It's
Why
like,
do you think it's why do you think it's hard for you to create content? Is because you don't have the time?
yeah, one time,
Okay.
two, I don't know. I feel like I don't. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to put myself out there,
Okay.
which is bad because I have to if I have to promote my music, you know.
Right. You
So
got to put yourself out there.
yeah. So my friends keep telling me like, hey, like we know you can sing, you can hear it, but you gotta put your face, attach your face to the music.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. You gotta attach your face to me. You don't have to do a ton of content, but you at least put out some to promote yourself.
Yeah, they keep telling me that. I'm like, yeah, I know, but like, but so I'm hoping that I can learn to do that like more. So
Yeah.
yeah, because I was like this marketing like agent, he was talking to me and it's like, yeah, you got to do more of that because I mean already like when I post my music, I mean people still listen to it, like sometimes
Right.
sometimes I get surprised myself. Like I'll post a song on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
It won't be like any like uh unique content or anything like that, just like a normal video of like maybe a studio session or something. So
Yeah.
and then I'll go check in a couple of days, like maybe the streaming platform, and then the numbers would have gone up. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. See? See, there's your content right there. And just imagine if you did do more than just being live on TikTok on doing, at the studio. Just imagine how far you could elevate even more than you already are.
I always think about that. I always think about it.
Yeah.
It's funny because I don't mind being in front of the camera. Like I'm literally a model. Like I would take
Right.
like, but then me creating content, I don't know why I can't do it. Like I don't know. Maybe I need to have someone to do it with. Like I feel like
Well, I tell you this. I mean, you're doing this podcast with us, Anita K Productions. That's one. And then if you need some resources and you need us to do your marketing for you, we definitely can discuss that off the podcast. Like
oh
we definitely love to do it.
you guys do that as well.
Yeah, we do marketing and branding. Like we have a side where like if you need merch, you want to have design, like all that stuff. We don't just do like podcasts and music and film, like filming short movies and stuff. We do that marketing and branding side too. So you need us to like post content like, hey, I need you to put this out and you send me photos, pictures, tell me what you wanted to say specifically. We definitely will put your stuff out there.
Okay. We'll talk more after this, like, cause
Yeah.
I have an upcoming like single. I'm releasing in December, so
Man, we definitely got to connect. You got it coming in December. Man, we're already in November. We got to do that as soon as possible.
yeah. No, the one that I sent to you, that
Yeah.
is the one. Yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure after this podcast I'll listen to it. So we definitely got to put it out. Like, definitely get things going. Are you signed to like any distribution company right now?
So I was with a distribution Two Lost. I don't know if you heard of Two Lost, but
No.
it's a yeah. So they signed me. So it's like a partnership. Not
Hmm.
like signing me, like it's more of a partnership. So like I'm with them, but
Okay.
the thing is, I also upload my music on DistroKid. You know,
Okay. That's
yeah,
what
but
normally people do. I didn't do mine on DistroKid. I
yeah,
went
but
with United Masters.
I'm trying to leave DistroKid though because I've heard a lot of bad things about them, especially now. They're trying to
Yeah.
like intentionally flag people because they don't want to pay royalties.
Right, yeah, and that's why I'm helping people. I was talking to an artist earlier today. Been helping people trying to get with United Masters because they do a lot. Like they put my album out there, so they do a lot. And like, man, we'll have to talk more about it. But United Masters, like, shout out United Masters. They do a lot. Like they
Yeah,
just had me been in New York with like a whole like thing where they had artists, independent artists performing, and they had like a Q&A session. Like Joe Budden was there, 50 Cent, and amongst others. They definitely had opportunity for people to be there to perform, and they got a lot going. So if you're trying to leave DistroKid, they had an info session with United Masters telling people how they can go ahead and transition from DistroKid to them.
yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yes.
I've heard of it, but I've never actually like done like any research. You know,
Yeah, man, do your research. I super love United Masters. I definitely do.
do they
Nobody else gave me an opportunity but them, so I'm sure you'll love them.
help like market or like you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Like right now with my United Masters app, they have it where you can make your own artist page. You can add your merch. Like man, I can show you the whole thing. Like you can have your merch on there. You can do your artist page. You can create content all in like this one app. Like you can do so much.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool because I'm ready to leave DistroKid.
Yeah, I mean, not to
I
bad
wanted
talking, but yeah, I
I
just.
wanted to remove like every single song up there, but like they're trying to make you pay for every single song just so you can leave.
Wow. See, I didn't know that. I mean, I heard a lot of things. At first, I mean, I have DistroKid, but I never pursued distributing my music with them because I already had that. I heard too many things, and it's like now it's coming out more the complaints about DistroKid, and people are having a hard time, like yourself, trying to pull their music from there, and they're having a hard time transitioning. No, sir. United Masters give you a whole video and whole scoop of how you can transition.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, man. But I do want to let you go. We had a great conversation. I'm glad to all the listeners out there, man. We're gonna have to do another interview, like
Yeah,
just to follow up with you.
definitely, because I have a few scoops for you.
Oh, okay, absolutely. We're gonna do another one. Like, but before we do go, I do want to ask you, like, what do we hope to see next with you? Like, what you got coming up next besides your single coming out in December?
Okay, so I'm going to Ghana in December. Like,
Okay.
so that's where I'm gonna be promoting this single. I'm gonna do like radio like tour. You know,
Okay.
yeah, going from radio station, and then I'm gonna like network with the artists there because I'm in touch with a couple of them, but I've never actually met them. You know, yeah.
Okay.
So we gonna like hit the studio, record some hits. You know,
Man, that sounds like fun. You're
yeah.
gonna have to
I
definitely do
might
content.
I might just go to I might just hit the studio with Black Sheriff. You never know.
Right. You never know. Your dream may come true. Like
Yeah,
seriously.
and also God willing, next year I'm performing at this Super Bowl event in Louisiana.
Really?
Yeah, I think on the 9th of February. Yeah,
That's super dope. That's an amazing opportunity you got there. See you, man, you're climbing. Like you're going to perform in the Super Bowl. Really?
yeah. I mean, not the man Super Bowl, you know, like,
But it's
but
still good.
yeah, definitely, yeah. Because like everyone's gonna be out there, for the Super Bowl event. So like, you know,
That's man, look, You definitely got to do some content when you do go out to have your trip for to
Yeah,
Ghana.
I'm
You
trying.
got to
I'm
do
trying.
so much.
Yeah, I'm trying to get like a videographer who just follows me everywhere. So
Yeah. I
make
mean, we do that as well too, like, but we just like we don't have another videographer. We did at some point. But if we had another videographer, we definitely would have had someone to, tag along with you to record and tape everything you do. It's just that me being a videographer, I'm like, my hands are tied being an owner and everything. So, man, definitely. Oh, I got resources. I can definitely reach out and see if there's a videographer on hand because I do have some connections. So if
yeah.
I do
Oh,
run across a videographer before you leave, I definitely will send them your way.
yeah. Or if you know anyone out there, like in Louisiana, or
Right, man. Man, well, it was great talking to you. I do appreciate you coming on this podcast. We finally got this thing done. Thank
Yeah.
you to all the listeners out there. Please tell everybody that's been listening how they can follow you.
Well, before that, I appreciate like doing this with me.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like I saw your stuff. I'm like, okay, you're working. Okay.
Yes, I
Yeah.
definitely do grind. Like I sometimes I like jump off the face of social media for a few days. I'm in and out because I'm super busy trying to gather Chicago artists and artists. Period. That just I always been told no. I wear the company that gives people opportunity and say yes because I, for one, have been told no a lot of times, and I'm trying to create a way to say yes to people who've been told no. So I do
I
appreciate you
love that.
coming on.
I love that. Like, yeah, I appreciate like you doing this with me. You know, um, I'd say it's Fu Krazy basically everywhere, like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Like it's FUKRAZY. Fu Krazy. Like yeah, it's everywhere. The same. It's the same
On
everywhere.
TikTok as well, huh?
Yeah, on TikTok. Yeah,
Okay, man, look, that's all the time that we have for today. But I do want to say I do appreciate you for taking the time out your busy Monday, because it is Monday, for getting
yeah.
on this show. Everybody hates Mondays, but today is a special day. We had a special guest on here tonight, so it made it one up and better. Thank you for listening, tuning in. I want to tell you guys something too. We are going to have a podcast this weekend. It's going to be later on in the evening, roughly about this time. We give you some more information about what our up and coming projects are out there. But stay tuned because we are going to have a podcast following up with Fu Krazy on his journey. And I hope you guys are listening at that time. Thank you. Take care and peace and love.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.